So what made you make the leap?
To leave?
Yeah.
Well,
Huge.
there's a leap to go in, right? So my leap to enter medical school was because I always knew that my purpose in life was to help people. Like that was super clear. And when I shared this with my parents, they were like, awesome, become a doctor. That's how you help people, right? Become a doctor. And I was like, I don't know. Okay. I have two siblings. And both of them went into medical school and became doctors. And I was like, okay, I mean, they did it. I can do it kind of thing. So I decided to pursue it. And then I went through medical school and I did well in it. I enjoyed it to some aspects. And I realized it was totally out of alignment with me. Every day I was waking up feeling drained, regardless of if I just had a 12 hours of sleep the night before, if I was, feeling good in all the other aspects. My life felt like it was falling apart. And outwardly, it looked wonderful, right? Like my life looked great. I was in medical school. I had all this bright future ahead of me. Like everybody would always say this to me. And inside, I was just like so entangled in the space of like, this is not what I want to do with my life. This is not where I want to be. And one day I literally got up and walked out of class and got on a plane and went to Arizona. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know what I'm not doing. And all my friends were like, where are you going? Like, what's happening? Didn't tell my parents, didn't tell anybody, because I knew every time I had this discussion, someone would talk me back into it, right? Because I wanted to prove myself to them. I wanted to prove myself to like everybody else around me. I wanted to go to medical school to make my parents proud. I wanted to show my classmates that I could do it. I wanted, prove. But it was like at the end of the day, I was trying to satisfy everybody else. And I was totally dissatisfied on the inside.
So what are the most important steps that someone can do? I saw you have your journal. I really love that you got the shout out. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And we'll have links to everything for all of this available, but you have your manifestation journal. I believe in meditation and journaling are the two quickest and easiest ways to get to your truth and to get to everything. The best solutions.
And that's powerful. You know why? Because both of those things get you more connected to yourself, right? When you're meditating, you're centering yourself and you're becoming more aligned with who you are. When you're journaling, you're going through the different ideas that are in your head and you're getting more centered with who you are. So yes, completely. And I think that one of the really powerful parts of manifesting is putting pen to paper. So even when you were saying journaling, I was like, absolutely, right? Because there's something so magical that happens when you put your pen to paper. It's like it takes your ideas out of the ether space of your mind, which is like intangible. It takes it one step closer to reality in a much more tangible form of written. And it's beautiful. And that's one of the reasons that I was like, I have to do a journal because I want people to understand the power of written manifestation. So powerful. And this is across like everybody, right? I have clients that have started out very low socioeconomic status, high socioeconomic status, everywhere in between, across the world, males, females, all age groups. And it's always been a consistent win that when people put what their goals are, what they want to manifest, what they want to create in their life, pen to paper, it's just like, it comes true. It happens, right? And there's more to it. It's not just write down what you want and it'll happen. I often talk about 6 steps of manifesting, and I think it's a really powerful thing to kind of look at. But one of the first steps is getting very clear on what you want. When you have a clear vision of what it is that you're going for, you're that much more likely to get it. It's not just that you want, food to eat. It's that you want a particular meal. It's that you want a slice of pizza with extra cheese on it and a Diet Coke, or whatever it is. Because if that's what you wanted and I brought you a salad, you'd be like, oh, that's not what I want, right? So that's super important. The same thing with manifesting. It's not just that you want a new car. It's that you want the Tesla model, whatever, with leather seats or vegan leather or whatever your choice is. Like, it's very particular. And it's like when you're clear on what you want, you also are able to discern in your everyday life as to what is going to work in your life and what's not going to work in your life. And I've seen this again and again with clients who are manifesting love. When we are very clear on the type of mate that we want, and then we go on a date and someone is not that, we're like, okay, nice to meet you, goodbye. So the second thing is about really addressing your limiting beliefs that come up. So when you think about having this incredible mate or having this, house, the 5-bedroom
or
house,
a business, or somebody who wants to like leave that job and because they're jealous of everybody else, that they think life's passing them by and they're jealous seeing other people do what it is they want to do. They want to be you, Latha. Yeah, go ahead.
Or a business or a new job or a promotion or extending your family or making more money, whatever it is, right? When you're thinking about having that, what are the limitations that come up for you, right? A lot of times I hear this from clients when they're manifesting a big house. The big thing is, who's going to clean all those toilets, right? And that's the immediate thought that comes to them. And you might think like, okay, but there's some kind of limitation there. It seems like, oh my gosh, if I get this, it's going to be so much work, right? It's going to be a lot for me. And then that's the energy you're putting out. And that's not the energy of manifesting. That's the energy of, I don't want that really, right? So really to address those limiting beliefs is super important. I'm a big advocate of doing shadow work prompts, working with a therapist or a coach or someone that can really give you guidance, working with a support group to really go through that, because everybody has these limiting beliefs. It's not that if you have these limiting beliefs, there's something wrong with you. It's if you have a limiting belief, you're a human being, right? Like everybody has limiting beliefs, and it's really important to address those limiting beliefs so that you can easily manifest. Manifesting everything that you ever want is already yours. The thing that's in the way is you and your beliefs on what you can and cannot have. So when you really are truly allow those to be released, then your life shows up as your dream life, as what you've already always wanted and desired and daydreamed about. So number 3 is all about affirmations, and really creating a powerful affirmation is so important. It really can change the way that you manifest, because
So true.
something that really relates to you and feels powerful and you feel empowered by, you're going to use more. You're going to have it embedded in your mind. If you make it fun and rhyming, you're going to be able to, sing it like a jingle throughout your day. So having a really great affirmation is super important. Okay, so number 4 is all about feelings and emotions, right? Having our feelings and our emotions is normal and tapping into them is extraordinary. That is the way that you truly, truly manifest with rocket speed. Manifesting with using your feelings and emotions is so, so powerful. The top 3 emotions are really like love, happiness, and gratitude. And when you can tap into those, it's like you can create anything. And let's just talk about the other end, right? The low vibrational emotions.
Yeah, I was about to say those are all the high vibrational frequencies. So we love to be up there. Yeah.
Right. And the low vibration ones are like shame, guilt, regret, all of those ones that are kind of like in the yuckies, right? And a lot of times your shadow that I was talking about, doing shadow work, is associated with those yucky emotions, the low vibration emotions. Some things that we feel like we're ashamed of, or we feel guilty of, or, oh no, that shouldn't happen. I'm not deserving of that, right? All of those are in that low vibrational space. So then number 5 is all about visualization. Truly being able to visualize yourself as already having whatever your manifestation is, right? If you're living in a 5-bedroom house, what is that like for you? How does your bed fit in there? What's the view out the window, right? Truly, truly, really being able to visualize it and using your 5 senses is really important. And then the last step, which is the biggest step, honestly, in my mind, is aligned action, right? Aligned action is so important. It's not just action, it's aligned action. It's not just you doing things, it's you doing things in alignment towards the goal that you want to reach. So those are the 6 steps. And I think that really anybody can manifest anything they want. And one of the reasons I wrote this journal was so that people can understand that manifesting is innate. Everybody can do it. Anyone can do it. It's nothing that you have to, be necessarily like only specific people can do it, or only, no, everybody can do it. And I want to encourage people and empower them to do it.
So when you're going through a hard time, what are the tools that you use to get you through?
Meditation is a huge one for me. I'm a transcendental meditator. I've been meditating with TM in particular for about 16 plus years now, but I've been having some form of meditation my whole entire life. It was like a part of what we did in my family. And it has been just really the anchor for so much that's going on, right? Like I have to always remind myself, like, I'm not meditating to get good at meditating. It's not an Olympic sport I'm doing. I'm meditating to get good at life, right? As the chaos is going around me, I'm meditating to make sure that I'm in the stillness, that I'm centered, that I'm strong, and I can then effectively respond to the world around me rather than just reacting. Yeah. And I don't want to be a reactionary person. I want to be a responsible person and be in a response, right? Respond positively.
Do you have a message of hope you want to give?
Sure. I would love to share just know that things change and are continuously changing, and remember that. The other thing I want to say is that if you are in a down space, just know that you can be in an up space before you know it. And if you're in an up space, remember there's a possibility that you can be in a down space. My point of saying that is that, like, having gratitude for whatever space you are in at any time is so important, because things change, right? Things change, and just being grateful for all that is in your life, I think, brings a lot of joy and understanding to every moment. The other thing I wanted to share is kindness. So if you can do anything to be kind and to spread, one act of kindness a day, I would highly encourage it. I try to do as many acts of kindness in a day that I can. And sometimes that looks like, buying someone a coffee, or paying for someone's meal at a restaurant, or, donating an article of clothing or something in my house that's no longer of use to us, but I know it could be of use to someone. Just really embodying acts of kindness as much as possible. That's actually how I met my husband, through an act of kindness. And I've seen the reward. So I want to encourage people, be kind.